some stories are heard, others become legendary. Welcome to the Becoming Legendary podcast, hosted by Rita Valente, the visibility architect and the fame activator. Real stories, raw conversations, legendary impact.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Rita Valente, what means brave, and I think it's a great surname. And welcome to Becoming, in many cases, to be legendary. I am on this moment, and the majority of you are not going to be seeing because we are just recording audio, but on a mountain, on the top of a mountain, on the middle of Colombia, and I will have the privilege to listen to someone who's changing the world in his own way. Welcome, Jess. Welcome to our world.
Yeah,
Who
you're
are you? Let's start by a very loaded question. Who are you?
so thanks for having me in your hidden supervillain lair on the top of a mountain on the side of a cliff next to a volcano. Very fitting for you. But my name is Jesse Wroblewski. I am in New York currently. I've been running a marketing agency for about 27 years,
Oh,
and
I
probably about
respect.
thank you. And about probably, I guess, 7 years ago, I had my what every supervillain has, their origin story, their second origin story, and I decided to write a book called Marketing for Supervillains, followed by Marketing for Supervillains Volume 2, and it's all about how people should think more like supervillains when they approach their marketing, as opposed to wanting to be a superhero or a super brand. So I'm sure we'll get into that, but that's my short little bio.
That strike me because, like we talked in private, I am in a moment. Then I believe. Then, how can I put this? Then being nice, it's not working. Or not, I don't mean this. Like being, let's keep being nice, but and I'm going to swear, I'm going to be grounded for this. But for shit to get done, and especially if you are sharing or coaching, I like the word sharing many times because being nice is outdated. Being the
Hmm.
nice coach, you say, yes, you can do it. It doesn't work. And I believe that is a big mistake. Then people like, oh, I want to buy from this person this book or this knowledge because they did it, so I can do it. No. The fact that I can do it is because I am crazy workaholic and insane and out of this planet. That doesn't mean that my structure and my alignment can work for you. So I believe we should learn our own strategy like a buffet, learning from you, learning from this one and that, and being a villain on the end. On the end is what we are all feeling like. God damn it, we did everything right. We're good people. We did it right. We give value, and things are not happening. And then is a very interesting thing. Then you, as a marketeer for 27 years, then the big brands, and I don't know exactly if you have that angle there, but the big brands always grow if their audience have an enemy in common,
Yep.
right? Can
So
you
you're gonna
explain
have.
that? Because you are going to explain that better than me. The first example that comes to my mind is Taylor Swift and her ex, but
Mhm.
bring on so we can explain a little bit more what is that vision, because I think it's super cool.
Sure, sure. Yeah. So, touching on your first point, I call it, toxic positivity, right? So
Yes.
it's very easy medicine to take. You go to like a guru's Instagram page and there's some positive quote and you're like, yeah, you know what? I can think positive today. I'm gonna go out and do that and never address the real problem. So in that instance, I always tell people, never take advice if you're working for someone. Never take advice that you never want your CEO to take, right? So, a lot of the sentiment out there is like, oh, it could always be worse. You got to count your blessings. And if you had a CEO and he was having trouble making payroll and someone told him, you know what? Count your blessings. It could be worse. I'm like, no, I want you to get out there and fix the problem so I get my paycheck. So if you're not willing to let your boss or someone that's responsible for paying you take the same advice, you're a hypocrite. So don't fall for that toxic positivity, easy medicine. If you just kind of shrug everything off,
I,
nothing ever changes, right? You
I,
make changes when things get bad and there's nothing else you can
oh
do.
my God. Yeah. And let's be honest, like in the pandemic, it became another pandemic.
Yeah,
And there was the pandemic of coaches telling everyone then you could be a digital nomad, work 3 hours a week and make 10K, 20K, traveling the world. Bullshit. You
yeah.
cannot. No, forget it. I arrived 2 days ago to Colombia and I don't know in feet, but it's like the double, 3,000 meters high on the mountain. So the altitude is affecting me. And I'm doing this call with you because it's you and we are super excited to talk. I'm talking about me, but for me, but super excited to talk with each other. And then no. And extra, another thing, let's put it the plates on the who tells that any person can drop corporate America and become an entrepreneur from one day to the other should be arrested
Yeah, yeah,
because I grow up as an entrepreneur. My parents were entrepreneurs. I never did work for anyone. If you told me then I had this amazing job, then I was going to be paid, I don't know, $100,000 per month, I was going to freak out because the idea of having a paycheck for me freaks me out.
yeah,
And because being a kamikaze and never know what's next is my normal.
yeah,
So, and there is so many parts on a business and on an entrepreneur mentality, then doesn't come in a course, then you pay 5K for that. So, and extra, everyone was at home with nothing to do.
hmm
And then all 40 plus was, oh, I hate tech. I hate social media. I really want to change the world, but they want visibility, but they don't have an offer. Or they create an offer, but they don't test the offer, so they don't know if people really want that offer detail. They
yeah,
create
yeah, yeah.
full courses, but they have no clue if the person wants the course. So first sell the course and then create the course with them. So I'm here talking too much, but
Yeah, I mean, on
I
the on
like the idea of the villain. Like the the good guys did not work for you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I tell, being in the agency world for so long, the biggest mistake clients come to me and say, they're getting into an industry and they look to the big guy in the industry and they say, we want to look like that and we want to sound like those guys. And the problem is, those guys like superheroes, they have a huge head start. They have big muscles, which in marketing is, big budgets.
Sometimes
And
they have big muscles as well.
right,
I'm thinking about
right.
Alex Hormozy, but yeah, keep going.
And yeah, huge public favor. And then, my client comes in, usually under-resourced, and tries to act and look like the big guys, and you're already starting, behind.
And
So,
I don't know how you handle. but I was a business coach for a few years. And I adore money, but I don't like to take money, then don't take me anywhere. On the sense, then I, as Sagittarius or whatever, I like to close loops. So
Hmm.
I like, and that what I do right now is much more makes more. Okay, let's create a strategy to promote your brand on the next 6 months or 2 months, or start by 1 month because you want to be sure you want to work with that person.
Yeah.
Let's make it close the loop. Now, business coaching, in special, and I'm going to sound rude, in special on your country, people believe then if they pay, and the more they pay, better, every single thing is done. And it's not. Because when, oh, I'm dressing, nobody understands the sounds, but I'm dressing back. It's getting cold. I'm dressing a sweater. It's 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 not because you pay me to set up your magazine, for example, then is one of the things that I do. Your media empire, then is going to work. I will give you all the structure, but or you pay me and my team to go and find clients for you, or it's not by art of magic, then it's you need to take action and move and move. And there is two things that you have in life. Or you have money or you have time. Use one of them. And then when he's growing and he's strong, yes, then you can go in holidays. But but please God, why people convince the other people? I have stories on the last five, it's almost traumatic. I have stories of divorce. I have stories of divorce because I don't know why, but I had the time, majority of these years I work with women, even though I'm better working with men. For some reason, I was working with women because I was healing a part of me. And there was stories of divorces of women who bought courses and courses and courses and courses and courses. And visibility, 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 visibility. And I'm talking against myself. Like, you need to have an offer that people are looking for. And yeah, you will have imposter syndrome. Just go it, do it. Build the muscle.
Yeah.
Oh, and then they come and they never did $1,000, but they want to do 1 million on the next year.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. I mean, you talk about time and money. I think every single person that you see as successful also had a lot of luck, right? So you have your time, your money, and
A lot
everyone
of
out there.
luck or a lot of nights without sleeping,
Sure. Yep.
and a lot of you and I for sure we collect 300 times more failing projects and ideas than
Yep. Yep.
the ones who did achieve. And many times the ones who work is the ones who have less faith. Like, why? Now bring on the villain. I love villains.
Sure.
I'm in this moment in my life, then how more easy I was going to fall in love for a villain than for a Superman or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, getting back to my point, if my clients that want to look like the super brand or the superhero, if you think about your stereotypical hero, what they look like, supervillains usually don't have big muscles and, countless dollars. They have to outsmart the supervillain using their wits, right? So they're usually under-resourced. And that's where the whole kind of concept
And
came from.
underestimate what is a great asset, let's be
Yep,
honest.
yep, yep, yep.
People as you and me, and like not the typical buff, I like, oh yeah. it's easy to underestimate, and
Yeah,
it's great for us to be underestimated because
yeah,
your opponent will arrive to you and always will get surprised.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I started seeing these parallels in the supervillain lifestyle, and then I came across the Joker. And do you know, according to the Joker, what separates him from the rest of the world? What makes him?
No, no, no,
So
no.
his answer is one bad day. So one bad day, he was a regular guy, and then it just put him over the edge and put him down the path of villainy. So I think as an agency owner, as a business coach like you, I'm sure you've had many, maybe not a bad day, but a couple bad minutes, a bunch of bad stories. And then,
I think I was a warrior because I last 3 years without handling. And then I'm 45, so I start in premenopause, and I don't know it's the lack of estrogen. Then I start like, girl, how many years we are going to keep doing this? Are
uh-huh,
we going to do something or not? Or you are just coming to the calls to be with me and to get by osmosis, or you say like, what is my vibe? Because people buy your vibe, your energy. Majority of people buy things for me, they don't even know what they bought. They just
yeah,
bought my energy
yeah,
first.
yeah, yeah,
And at this moment, euros are not saving anyone. Villains is probably what I was laughing. I don't know if you know Trevor Noah is a stand-up, and he was was saying, with full respect for all politics in your country, but he was saying then now was a great moment for an alien invasion.
yeah,
It's because they will realize then probably they were invaded before those are occupied. You guys are occupied already.
yeah,
So that is the reasons like it is we need to be good. We need to be no. We need to tell shit as it is. I have a I do visibility and I and you as well for sure. And one of the things and sometimes comes out of my mouth very strong is a client comes to me and say, "Oh, I did this post and I'm going to post," or "I did this post and this post did not work." And my first question is, "Why should? Did you stop on this post to read it? Like, what is the fucking intention of this post? Why should someone give their attention?"
yeah, yeah,
People play this game on the perspective of me, 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 me. And this game is to play, and each time is more easy and easy, and it's sad because people just want deep attention.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So just pass 10 minutes of your day giving deep attention to potential clients.
yeah.
But I keep not allowing you to talk about the villains.
So I'll give you
I'm
a,
being a villain. I'm
I'll
being a
give
villain.
So I'll give you a story that I know you can relate to. So
Okay.
are you a Star Trek fan at all?
Oh, Jesus. No, do you believe not?
That's
I,
fine.
I'm a very weird person. I don't Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, and all kind of things. Never did really. I know all the, of course, I know Yoda and Darth Vader and
Right,
all
right, right.
like all basic. Like I was born on 80s, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it was
Yeah.
all like
So
bring
in
on.
in Star Trek, there's a test that all of the Starfleet cadets have to take. It's called the Kobayashi Maru,
Okay.
right? So the Kobayashi Maru is basically there's two ships and you have to try and save one of the ships. If you try to save both, one of them is always going to get killed, right? So it forces cadets to deal with a no-win scenario, right? No matter what you do, someone's going to die. And it just basically forces cadets to face that. But there's one person that was able to defeat the test, and that was Captain Kirk. And the way he went in the way he did it, he went in and reprogrammed the simulation so that he would win every time. So I looked at that and I looked at my career, and I'm sure you can kind of relate. Every time you approach a client, there's kind of two ships, right? Client says, I want to change. I want to, I want this, that, the other thing. And on this side, they don't really want to change. They want to stay with their routine. They want to stay. So what do? You got to eat, you got to make money.
Mhm.
Who perishes? Do you say, no, I'm not working with you unless you're changing? Or do you kind of, for me, it was my client says, I want really creative, I want to stand out. And then they say, well, not that much. So I wanted to attract meaningful work, but I also had to put food on the table. So I figured I had to go in and rewrite the rules of the game so that I never have to deal with choosing one or the other again, kind of like Captain Kirk.
Very interesting because
Yes.
I have a phrase for that.
Okay.
Okay, so I normally say I sell what you want and I give you what you need.
Nice. Nice. And
Yeah.
then the question ultimately comes, what happens when they don't know what they want and they don't
They
know what they need
they
and you got to
they
give it to them?
don't there is a lot of people who arrive to you totally with the dreams of someone else. And the frustration of living the dreams of someone else is when you even achieve them, you don't, it's the biggest frustration that I believe it can exist. I'll give you an example. Some people always did believe they need to buy a house, and then they bought the house, and exactly this, and it's silence. There is nothing there.
Yeah.
And this world, and I can talk because I'm a minimalist, but this world of want, I will happy when, I will happy when, I will happy when. It's 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 difficult. And yeah, what you do, I have a process and normally go through what I call a brand activation. That is a very basic name for what I do. But I do questions, then allow them I allowed by them to extract a visual and and it's in written text and sometimes in audio and video vision of their super villain or superhero
Yeah.
and put in front of them. Because, oh, Jesus Christ, I should not say this. I don't sell covers or art or visibility. On the end, I sell it, but what my people get normally is, oh, there is me.
Hmm.
It's possible. There it is. People can see me like that. And they start believing in themselves. And then as well, from my on my end, it's very addictive because, oh, let me do a music about me and let me be. It's so watch me, watch me, watch me, watch me. But more than watch me is what they build inside of them.
Yeah.
But what is your system?
So my system
You
is
can share.
sure, sure. So my main business is called decommoditized.com. And basically I help clients that feel like their business is becoming a commodity, right? People can't tell the difference between, them and their special features versus somebody else in the industry. And I help them find their differentiator, right? Something that makes them
Their unique selling point. Me too.
right,
Okay, high
right,
five to
right.
that. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean their differentiator is a little different. I make a distinction between differentiator and unique selling point,
Okay.
and I help them uncover that, which a lot of business books say, go out, find your USP, and they leave it at that. They don't tell you how to uncover it, discover it, and convey it in a meaningful fashion. So my entire business is revolving around helping people uncover their true differentiator. And when people hear differentiator, they hear different, and they think, do I have to be weird? Do I have to be wacky to be different? Do I have to, dress crazy to stand out? And that's not the case. I created something called the universe of differentiation. There's basically 12 different planets in the universe, and they're all examples of how brands throughout history have successfully differentiated themselves. And that includes Rolex and Tiffany and big kind of elite brands that you wouldn't think, oh, Tiffany is wacky and they stand out. They differentiated themselves in a different way. So if you're thinking, the only way to be different is to be funny or, be crazy online, there are over a dozen ways to meaningfully uncover your true differentiator.
Um, can I add something here that I think can be interesting, and I would love to listen to your opinion. On this time and space of AI, then every single thing looks so perfect, but at the same time is losing because the majority of people use AI and allow the AI to control the narrative,
Yeah.
and AI is great if there is a human soul behind who knows what they are doing. I deeply believe then very soon the big money is on these kind of interactions, real, imperfect, messy, because if not, people will start believing in things that are not real. They are believing it. I think one of the most funny things that did happen to me this weekend was I was texting with a potential client on Instagram, and I sent the wrong message to him. And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Chris, I did not want." And he asked me, "Are you real?" And I sent him out. Yes, I'm real. Should I be like, what you mean? And it's not the first and the second or the third person who asked me that. So um, bring that reality. Then at this time, we kind of ashamed and embarrassed because everything is so perfect. And we wake up with this hair, then you can see right now, and with the mountain and the fluffy, all the imperfections. And that will be perfection for me in few months and not so far away, because nobody can handle, and I keep loving AI, but nobody can handle anymore so much perfection like gods. I was international DJ for many years, and when people start producing, and I produce music with AI, but I produce music with AI with 25 years of knowledge of music. So
Mhm.
it's a different setup. And I don't just push the prompt and the first thing that comes out is on the
Yep.
label. It doesn't work like that. And but it's so easy. But people make the confusion in being easy to get somewhere,
Mhm.
and you need to be human to have human connections. And for me, the future is going to be the feeling of human connections with cells. But you tell me what you think.
Yeah, so let's think about let forget about the medium. Let's think about how we as humans are adapting, right? How do we take in all this content and, still survive without our brains exploding? So in 2009, there was a study done, and it was the first time in human history that humans acted different. They did this one thing that fascinated people, and that thing was they were willing to pay more to get less. And the study was in the television industry. And that was right around the time people were cutting their cords, right? So you had your cable company say, "Hey, I'm going to give you 200 channels for, $50 a month. That's like 25 cents a channel." And people were going to say, "Now, you know what? I'd rather pay $5 for, a BBC app, right? Because there's too much crap. 200 channels. I know I'm not going to look at it all. I'd rather pay $5 instead of 50 cents to get one channel that I know people are going to curate for me and it's going to have stuff I want, right?" And then
Mhm.
you kind of see the evolution of streaming and all these apps and cable going away. So now let's take that with the internet and AI, right? all this content is coming, it's coming, it's coming, and people's social media feeds are a lot easier to fill up and blogs are a lot easier to write. Is there going to be a point where people are willing to pay and say, you
I
know
want to
what?
see less.
I want to see less. Well, that company I've been following, it's all garbage. Get it out of here.
Hmm.
The companies think, oh, I'm going to post more and I'm going to get more customers, where human beings are like, I only want the good stuff. Like all that quantity, you're actually going to damage your brand because I'm going to unfollow you. So as human beings, I think we have to figure out, or we are figuring out, you know what? We need a filter. I don't need, 1,000 movies on Netflix. I spend an hour looking for something before I
Do
pick
not
something,
find anything. But
right?
sorry, Netflix, because I work with you guys. But yeah, that what if I arrive to you to work with you? What options do I have?
Say that one more time.
I arrive to you to work with you. I
Yep.
listen to this podcast, and there is something about what can we do together? What kind of I don't want to say offers, but what kind of options do we have?
Yeah, so we have something called the DOA, the Decommoditized Opportunity Analysis. It's a 4-week, basically a month plan where we go through the universe of differentiation. We really nail which planet your brand is, catered for and how you feel comfortably. Some people say, yeah, let's go crazy. And then by the end of the 4 weeks, we have this crazy idea and they're like, yeah, you know what? I don't, I'm getting cold feet. So we really, we allow clients to be vulnerable and tell me what they really, are comfortable with. And at the end of that 4 weeks, we have their true differentiator, their new audience, some pitches on how they can reposition their brand and how they can move forward with their marketing. So that's kind of our step one, our DOA, like figuring out in 4 weeks how to truly uncover a meaningful differentiator that'll really move the needle in your industry.
And is needed because one of the things that I believe then is the big issue is people keep believing they can set up this all alone.
Yeah,
And I'm listening to you, and I have high class problems. I have thousands of business or thousands of offers, as you know, then I can offer, and I need to scale and have a company. In the meantime, I'm here on the mountain, and when I was here on the mountain, I'm a coach. I don't want to say a life coach because it sounds cheapy, but I don't coach. I share. I do tapping and I do these magical boxes with candles. Then I create here for each person. What is another side of me? Like totally different. And I'm listening to you, and I was like, oh, I'm curious could be I look to that side of the brand with different set of eyes and not necessarily my own eyes, because that is the issue many times. Even with us, we are so used to work, then we forget, then we need other people sometimes to take a look in us, so they
yeah,
see
yeah.
angles, then we cannot see it anymore because we lost the filters, right? um where people can buy your book. Well, we are going to share all the links, but
Yep, we have the Amazon.com is probably the easiest place. We just released the audio book for
I was
volume.
going to ask you that because I love books. Oh, and this one is a cool one. This is in Spanish, but it means if you believe you can create it. Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not too positive for you.
Nah, I'm very I know I can create. I know if worse.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
am responsible by all realities I did create in my life, and let me tell you, not all were the best.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But
So Amazon.com, okay.
Amazon.com, right now we have the volume 2 audiobook for free on Google Play and any
Yeah,
day
but
on
can you
Spotify.
listen? Can you listen to the volume two before listen to volume one?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I tell people the volume 1 is why, right? Why you should think like a supervillain. And
I always
volume
ask why. Oh, do you know what I normally say? Tell them, and I think
what?
this is a good one for you. If you don't have a strong why, I always do this comparison. Strong why is like the full address for a GPS. If you don't know, if you don't have clarity why, what, and why, guess what is going to happen? You put on a GPS and you want to go to New York, and you don't even know if it's Manhattan, Queens, or whatever.
Hmm.
Like if you tell, then you want to go to, let me see a good hotel then I love in Manhattan. Nomada in Manhattan, hotel number that street, you will arrive there. The most clarity we have, that doesn't mean that on the process we cannot be flexible and change, because it happens. But a strong why is fundamental. And uh yeah, what is your why?
So my why, and I don't want to forget, so I'm going to go a little deeper with you, right? So during our 4 week onboarding, we uncover the why, and it goes deeper as to, not just
Mm.
coming up with a sentence, right? So you and I align on, why we will never sell a dream, rent a Lamborghini, do a video,
Oh, please,
right?
God damn it. I live in the middle of the fucking mountain.
So when I hear that, I go deeper with the client. Like, why? Why would you never do that? And is it because maybe when you were younger, you got burned by someone that, pitched you a dream, and so it was all fake? So going deeper and deeper and deeper, why do you have the values that you now bring into your business and your service offering? So, yes, you definitely need the why, and then you need to figure out why you have that why. Why in your soul do you
Hmm.
hate online gurus and toxic positivity
I
and
don't hate, I just think it's funny. Give me 1 second. I'm why? Yeah, I do, like I said, I do now with some amazing prompts. Deep, it sounds so cheapy. It's like a brand Bible, a brand activation to my people before they go even to a magazine. Many of them just want to be on the cover of a magazine.
yeah, yeah.
It's my job to find the angle. Sometimes it's super easy. At the time, see, very interesting. I'm really good at, but the why is I I don't know, and maybe I am. It's there is a colibri. Colibri? How do you call it? Um, Sometimes I feel like I'm very traumatized. But I believe there is a lot of people in this digital world who are want to do this for the wrong reasons. One, because they bought the Lamborghini ideas and blah blah blah, and especially the younger kids, the ones who don't know what is Facebook and
Hmm. Hmm.
and these other ones, what they really want. I am on business because I love what I do. I adore. I think you can see in my face. But I love to make money. It's very interesting. I'm not so concerned with having money, but I love to make money because making money, closing the deal and ringing the bell, this is a celebration that I do, um, fulfills me. Whatever is the amount. And I'm a very like coach, business coach. It's like I'm like, if I want to work with you, it's like, okay, how can we start? Let's put the ball rolling. Let's go.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but there, majority of people I saw in this market as beginners, or even they are on the market for quite some time, they have a lot of success. They want to be seen. They want to be listened. They want, I had a lady one time, she said, I'm here to change, everyone is here to change the world and save lives. What I think. I must be a villain because I don't have any intention to change the
Yeah,
world.
yeah,
No, I have news. It's not going to work. Change your life and give to others. And they want that they want to be put, like, for example, for our generation, and I don't know how old you are, but I'm 45. Like, magazines are one thing.
yeah,
For the generations younger than us, having a collaboration on Instagram with 400,000 followers is another thing.
yeah.
So you need to know what is the spell on. But do you believe in that as well? Then many people are on this market for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I mean, I think, getting back to the why and, how we do what we do, I always liken it to the fitness industry, right? So if you're a fitness trainer for 30 years and someone comes to you and they go, "Yes, I'm ready to change my life. I want to lose weight. I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. every day. No problem. Let's do it. Ready to go. Let's go." And if you've been doing it long enough, you're going to know that person's next 6 months. I know you're going to come every day for the first 2 weeks, and then you're going to say your back hurts, and then Christmas is going to come around, and you're going to eat, 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 and then you're going to come back and you're going to have a harder workout, and then all of a sudden you're going to start coming less and less and less. And like
And
I
then
can,
then the coach is terrible.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 So imagine you dedicate your life to that. You're doing that for 30 years and every one of your clients is still fat, right? You would you wouldn't feel very fulfilled, right? Eventually,
No, it's very frustrating.
right?
After,
Eventually you say, I got to change something, right? I
yeah,
know,
my playbook, I'm a big fan of NFL. My playbook is totally wrong. Like, what the heck?
right? So at some point in that 30 years, you're going to look at yourself in the mirror and say, okay, this isn't working, this
I was
business.
not going to wait 30 years for sure, but like that remembers me, and sorry for the NFL, that remembers me the Steelers and the fact that they are saying that I don't know how many seasons they always have a winning season, but they
Uh-huh,
don't win anything.
uh-huh,
So it's a very interesting way of staying. I don't have a team, so I'm just I come from soccer, so but I adore American football because it's so much intelligent to observe and it's so fulfilling. And then you never enjoy soccer anymore, but that is another story. But on these cases, that it happened to me. Like, I'm a business coach, I make money, these people are not getting anywhere.
yeah,
And uh what and then it depends of the values of people. Like, I know people keep going
yeah, yeah.
and they tell on the face, and I swear I had moments I should do that. It doesn't work because you don't take action.
Yeah,
It doesn't
yeah,
work because you are always so concerned with the other people around you, and you are so concerned, and this is a big one, with what the other ones will think about you. And then comes another part, is all the belief systems around money. Is basic, very basic thing. People arrive to you who say they are coaches and they pay, oh, certification after certification after certification. Like, one day I did need to ask to someone who was working with me for 4 years, and she was always so busy with certifications. And I said, I sorry, I arrived to my limit. Did you ever wonder what certifications do I have? And she was, no. Okay, hold on. I'm a high school teenager mom dropout. You are paying me $5,000 each 3 months for the last 4 years. Do you need another certification or do you need to take action?
right.
And and many times, like, uh, on the beginning, when I was looking to business coaches, I did think business coaches were rude to their clients. And now I understand. Then you arrive to a moment and it's like, God,
Yep.
just do it.
Yep.
Or understanding is not for you. Because the idea of being an entrepreneur, it's not for everyone.
Hmm.
And extra is like, what is the moment then you feel then you achieve the thing? What is the moment? How can you measure progress on this journey? Because progress is what makes us happy, right?
Yep. Yep.
How do you measure progress? How do you measure then you? And then if you ask money wise, they jump from insanity to insanity. Like they never sold an offer and they want to be making $10,000 on the next 10
Hmm.
days.
Yep.
You need to build a muscle. You don't believe in your offer yet. You never sold one. I always
Yep.
tell, like, find an amount, and for you is a no-brainer to sell it. Is a better deal for the person who buys than is for you. Sell for 497. That used to be my number. 497. Sell it. Sell more 3, 4, 5. And go pick up there, feel that confidence, go up, build the muscle. So, how do villains get on that after the why?
What's the question exactly?
Okay, so now they find the why in 4 weeks, right? And what's next? They give up? They drop it? Some of
So,
them?
after their 4 weeks, the why is an important ingredient to uncover the differentiator, right? So
Hmm.
we have a bunch of different planets. Is your differentiator that you're approachable, right? So you can see this in action in the insurance industry, right? No, there isn't a single television commercial about insurance that talks about insurance. They have a gecko, they have
Yeah.
cartoons, right? Because they want to make their scary or difficult to talk about insurance approachable. I want anybody to call me because I have a cartoon and I'm easy to talk to.
Yeah.
And then
100%.
there's other industries like maybe Ferrari. They don't want to be approachable. They want to be exclusive, right? So
Yeah.
they don't want anybody calling them and saying, "Yeah, how much is a car? How much is a Ferrari?" Right? They want that level of exclusivity because now they can charge more. So there's things like that once we
That
uncover
is
the
an
why.
amazing thing that I don't understand is how people sell perfumes because it's such a weird concept. You
Yep.
are buying a visual thing, then on the end is a scent, and
Yep.
many times you buy it without even smell it.
Yep.
I have a great for me as I love marketing. I adore. I think it's amazing. And I I lived in Cannes, south of France,
Okay.
during the pandemic. And I lived on the main, like on the not on the main bay where is the festival of cinema, but the street behind. And this is pandemic, so we are closed at home. And there was this monster Nespresso shop. If you have any idea the the queue to go and buy Nespresso, it makes you stop a second and think, well done. They are
Hmm.
selling coffee.
Yep.
But the way then was and I think that is what I love and you love as well. It's like how I saw this pair of glasses and I bought on a Chinese shop, then make me that is not even my graduation, but it adapts because I broke mine and I don't know how to fix it. And like it's always how you wrap, right? It's always how you there is was a great example of a story. I don't know if you know this. There was a Louis Vuitton dress in Paris, and it cost $3,500. And the same dress that came from Romania, from the ladies who to work on the camp, on the fields, and was the same dress.
Mhm.
And it was an amazing thing to see. Then is the story then you tell, and how do you position your brand?
Yep. Yep. Yeah. I mean, there's another story. There's a world famous violinist plays at
Oh,
Carnegie.
I know. I know
Play,
that it was playing for I don't know how many people, and next day was on the metro, right?
right. So he played Carnegie Hall, made $1 million, first of all, the tickets, and then he played in the subway.
Even make $23.
Made $23, the same thing, right? But so it's all about how you sell it and like where your audience is, right? So same product, completely different results.
What is next for you?
What's next for me? So I decided to take my own medicine and I started a brand called just Supervillain,
I
SPRVILLN.com.
love it.
And I sell, crazy things like cologne based on Jeffrey Epstein and
My respects. I don't know
thank
how
you.
you create ads on that, but that is needs to be organic. But okay.
Yeah, yeah. Designer clown shoes for all the sneaker people playing millions of dollars for sneakers. I did
Oh my God.
shoes. So yeah, I'm sure you'll put the links in the
Yes, you are going to give
description.
me
But
all of that.
now I get to market however I want, no clients making changes, and we'll see how well that goes.
I adore that because that is exactly what I'm doing with music right now. I was stuck to when I was a DJ, I was stuck with techno for many, many years. And techno is like almost like Catholic religion.
Uh-huh.
Like
Uh-huh.
you dress in a certain way, you don't smile. They did want to shave my head because 7 years ago, I was too pretty to play techno. And you always dress black and whatever. And now I found myself making the most hot reggaeton, and I go to the most like whatever comes to my mind. And I think that is the new versions. Before it was niche down, niche down, niche down, and you become the niche. Your
Right,
message become
right.
the niche. And
Yeah,
in this moment, being different is hope,
yeah, yeah. And it's fulfilling.
and it's super fulfilling. A
Yep.
message to your younger self.
A message to my younger self. So in my book, I quote Jodie Foster. You know who that is?
Of course.
Okay, so she says, weirdness is not something to get away from, it's something to get lean into. So it would definitely be, lean more into your weirdness. Don't try to shave off the edges or conform. Definitely expose it as a superpower.
And a message to someone listen to us.
So my kind of canned message is every single brand with enough courage can be differentiated. Doesn't matter what you do. If you think you're boring, you think your industry's boring, you can still be differentiated if you have enough courage.
If you cross paths with you, if they cross
Yep.
paths with you,
Yep.
100%. I'm going to say bye to these people and bye to you properly in a second because I have a few things and I want to talk with you extra.
Okay.
Thank you so much. It was so fun being a villain. Um, if the playbook is not working, why don't try something new? What do you have to lose, right? My name is Rita Valente. Valente means brave, what is cool. It's not exactly villain, but and me and the legendary team, we are excited to have you on the podcast. All of you want to share your story, and as well, you can be on the cover of a magazine if it's aligned with what we want to share. That being said, I'll see you guys on the next one. And P.S. became a villain soon. Bye bye. Bye bye.